Hey everybody, this is a continuation of live coding from the last time. I'm trying to wire up a little unread button here. I have these three components written in TypeScript that live inside another component written in TypeScript. And right now this all messages component has a method to update its unread count, but I haven't taken it all the way down through. And I want to create a little button here. So hopefully this won't take me too long, but as I said yesterday, I'm new to TypeScript and I just don't have like the best workflow in my muscle memory yet. But let's start off by seeing if things are working. Oh, that's annoying. I don't have it in my history. Okay. So, without having to cheat. So what I'm going to do is run TypeScript with my tsconfig.json, which should basically do nothing since I compiled last time, and then start the web server. Oops, I need to be in the right directory. Probably should have done a little bit of this ahead of time. Let's see how it actually works. All right, so I go here, and if I do a hard refresh, I click here to get the VDOT menu, there to launch all messages, there to launch recent conversations, there to launch mentions. You can see all that happening in the console, I assume. Let me make sure this all shows up on the... I did not mean to... I meant to resize that window. I have a really touchy touchpad thing. Hopefully, I think I can get to that here. It's early morning. You can hear coffee brewing in the background. Let me turn on the console with Control-Shift-K. Let's see, mentions. Okay, so everything's working. I just wanted to, I've made the mistake in the past where I'll start developing on something and I will forget that in my last programming session that I had like kind of gotten, dug myself a hole trying to do something or simply just not finish something. That can be annoying. So it's a good habit to have a checkpoint. So actually, I know I was in the lib directory because that's where most of my files of interest are. So I'm going to change into there. And then I'm going to open up my all messages component. And let me see if I can do this properly now. Whoops. And let me make sure my browser is kind of the right size here. Okay, so I want this to be maybe like that big. Okay, so let's see. My all messages widget does in fact have a message to update the unread count. But I do not believe, well, yeah, I am exposing it to convenience panel. So I think I got that working. Let me see what convenience panel does. Convenience panel does not export that method to the rest of the UI. So there should be basically a two-line change. Let me v-split. And v-split, of course, in Vim is just vertically splitting the window. So let's see. I wanted to look at the all messages component to see what it calls it precisely. So it has this function update unread count, and we're just going to pass along that interface. And let's see. I'm in a function that closes on the component. Kind of similar to repopulate text. I'm going to have update unread count, where count is a number, and there's no return value to the caller, because we're just calling it for the side effect. I'm going to use my all messages component, and I'm going to call its update unread count with my count. And I think, well, and then I need to return that as part of the interface. And I need to fix the types. And I'm not sure if I'm following. I need to start reading some TypeScript code that other people have written to like know what their conventions are for putting stuff at the top of the file or near other stuff, but I'm not too concerned about that for now because that will be very easy code cleanup when I'm ready to do it. Void, whoops, it takes a count, which is a number. And let me just look at my diff because when you're watching somebody edit, it looks like they're doing more than they're really doing. So all I've done is created a little wrapper function added to the TypeScript type called convenience panel, and I make sure that I return that as part of the result. And I want to, even though I haven't changed any behavior, I want to make sure that I haven't actually broken anything. Of course I have. Count is declared but never used. I think I know why that is. I use it. Update unread count. Let me pipe this to Vim. For whatever reason, okay, colon expected. Line 2040. Inconvenience panel, so I'm in the right file. Oh, yeah. Update unread count is a function that returns, takes in a number and returns a void. I'm pretty happy with how quickly I'm learning TypeScript. I worked with this language called Elm for several months that is very strongly typed. So I'm used to this sort of discipline. But I'm rusty, and TypeScript does have slightly different syntax. Update unread count, which lacks return. Okay. That's in line 61. I don't understand right away. Update unread count, which lacks return type annotation, implicitly has an any type. I'm a little concerned. Why does it say count is declared, but its value is never read? Well, I'm clearly calling it, right? I'm absolutely sure I've saved everything. Copy's finally done. Everything's happening in these 2 lines that I added, and I thought that was the most straightforward thing ever. Update unread count. I think that's the Elm showing. Do I have a? I've heard people say that TypeScript's sort of famous for bad errors. And I consider this like case where it could have tried to really guess what I was doing in a little better fashion. Okay, so now it's working. Now again, I'm not going to actually be able to demonstrate anything yet. I've still got a few more steps to do. Get some coffee real quick. All right, so I have the web server up and running again. All right. So I haven't broken anything. I'm not going to do the full test. The small change. All right, so update unread count. Convenience panel is used by a file called ui.js that is not part of the component I'm building. It's part of my sort of way of manually testing. And it's going to be in the directory above this. And it's still in pure JavaScript. And when I get back the convenience panel from calling fully build, I should be able to say panel update unread count. This function's going to have to change because I'm only considering the one unread count, but there are actually 3 unread counts. So this is eventually going to be like update all messages unread count. Let's say 20. And then over here, I have this 17, which I no longer need. And it works, yay. So there's the 20 right here. I'm debating whether I even need a button here. Let's do it, otherwise this is kind of a boring session. So I have this French button that causes things to translate to French. I'm going to make an unread button that is document create element button. Unread button dot inner text equals set unreads. And I'm going to say that I'm going to add an event listener. I'm having trouble typing this morning because my fingers minor issues that seem to be worse in the morning. Only on my right hand, fortunately, but that is the dominant hand. I'm a touch typist, but because of my fingers being kind of messed up, I have to sometimes like look at the keyboard, and hard to reach things like squigglies. I always end up mistyping, which is annoying. Well, I got to show the button. That would be helpful. I'm not sure why 17 is still there. I thought I eliminated that. Oh, I didn't. Well, I have to recompile for one thing. I'm still in a mode where when you're just using, although this is pure JavaScript, so I don't actually have to recompile now that I think about it. But I do need to add the button. So where does it append the French button? All right. I think the way I have TypeScript configured, it doesn't even look at the JavaScript file that's still in the lower directory. Okay, set unreads. All right, I think I'm going to stop there. I have some stuff to clean up. That's the basic idea. Well, let me show you the diff, of course. Git diff. So I no longer have the 17. I expose a function. This is in the JS. It's really the TS that we're concerned about. Right now, I included the code-generated JavaScript in my repo. I may revisit that decision later, but for now, it's fine. So let's see. I update the unread count, or I add update unread count to the type. I no longer hardcode the 17. I expose the function. I wrap the function and then expose the wrapper down there. And then I create a little button that when I click on it sets the unread count to 20. And I'm going to push. Whoops. Add it. Oh, I need to go up. Wait, no. Status. Oh, I have the wrong. I need to commit progress and push to origin. I'm the only developer working on this, so I don't have to worry about clean commit messages. And I think there was one thing else that I wanted to show. Yeah, so my two JS files in the upper directory are handlers and UI, and those are both not part of the component. All the stuff that's part of the component is in TypeScript. So you have the all messages component, the mentions component, recent conversations component sitting inside a convenience panel. And then you have some lower level components like the icon helpers and the unread count helpers. And that's it. I can't remember what else I was going to say. Probably wasn't too important. So thanks for listening. Bye.